was on the water. The light was soft and silver pale, like something from a dream. I sat beside the garden pond and watched the white blooms open, and felt the whole world breathing slow in one long gentle stream. A cup of something warm and green beside a simple flower. The world outside was rushing by, but not within this hour. The magnolias held the light like hands cupped full of morning, and everything I needed then was softly here before me. Just a whisper of spring on the quietest of days. Just a whisper of spring in the gentlest of ways. Nothing grand or dramatic, just the light through the leaves. Just a whisper of spring on a soft morning breeze. There are moments that ask nothing, only to be felt, where the beauty of the ordinary makes the whole world melt. And I am learning slowly how to let those moments stay, how to hold them without holding as they gently drift away. Just a whisper of spring on the quietest of days. Just a whisper of spring in the gentlest of ways. Nothing grand or dramatic, just the light through the leaves. Just a whisper of spring on a soft morning breeze. So I stay a little longer by the water and the blooms, and let the spring do what it came for. Fill the quiet empty rooms of everything I carry with something light and clean. Just a whisper, just a whisper, just a whisper of spring. to offer, no promises too big to keep. Just a simple song I wanted you to have before the world woke from its sleep. I've been trying hard to find the language for the things that live too deep for words, for the way you make the ordinary feel like something rarely seen or heard. You don't ask for songs or grand gestures, you just show up soft and true each day. And somehow that deserves a melody more beautiful than I know how to play. This song is for you, for the quiet ways you love. This song is for you, like the light from up above. Not because you asked for anything, but because you always give. This song is for you, for as long as I shall live. If I could wrap this melody around you, the way the morning wraps around the hill, I would sing it every single day until the world itself grew soft and still. Because you are the reason I keep singing, even when the words are hard to find. You are the song beneath every other song, the melody I carry in my mind. This song is for you, for the quiet ways you love. This song is for you, like the light from up above. Not because you asked for anything, but because you always give. This song is for you, for as long as I shall live. So here it is, my simple song for you. Not perfect, but it's honest, and it's all the way true. I hope it finds you softly in some quiet morning light, a song I wrote because you're you, and that felt exactly right. so quietly and found the pond below and laid itself across the water in one long silver glow. I sat beside the garden in the stillness of the night and watched the moonlight do what only moonlight can do right. A frog sang somewhere softly, the bamboo swayed a little, and everything felt held together by some beautiful riddle, the kind of night that asks you to put everything aside and simply be a witness to how gently things abide. Moonlight on the pond, soft and silver still. Moonlight on the pond, time itself stands still. Everything that ever hurt me melts into that glow. Moonlight on the pond lets the hard things go. I think the moon has always known the things we cannot say. It listens without judgment to the hearts that lose their way. And when it finds the water and it lays its light down there, it tells us that the beautiful was always everywhere. We just forgot to look. Moonlight on the pond, soft and silver still. Moonlight on the pond, time itself stands still. Everything that ever hurt me melts into that glow. Moonlight on the pond lets the hard things go. So I stay beside the water until the moon moves on and carries something lighter into the coming dawn. Some nights give you back the things that you have lost. Moonlight on the pond at no particular cost. You left without a slamming door, without a single angry word. just a softness in the leaving, like the last note of a song unheard. You packed your things on a Tuesday, when the light was pale and thin, and kissed me on the forehead, like you always had and always been. I made us tea that morning, though I knew you wouldn't stay, and we sat beside the window, watching all the clouds drift away. You said that some things end the way a season ends in grace, not with storm, but with a stillness and a quietly surrendered space. A gentle goodbye, softer than the rain. A gentle goodbye, sweeter than the pain. No broken words between us, no tears upon the floor, just a gentle goodbye and a softly closing door. I think the kindest endings are the ones that leave you whole, where love bows out with dignity and tenderness of soul, where two people who have loved well can look each other in the eye and find the grace to offer one last gentle goodbye, a gentle goodbye, softer than the rain. A gentle goodbye, sweeter than the pain. No broken words between us, no tears upon the floor, just a gentle goodbye and a softly closing door. The tea went cold between us, the clouds moved slowly past, and everything we ever were was beautiful to the last. So thank you for the gentle way you chose to say goodbye. Some endings are so tender, they feel more like lullabies. If I could have one more yesterday, I wouldn't ask for anything dramatic. I wouldn't need the perfect words to say. too grand or too emphatic. Just one more ordinary afternoon with you beside me, doing nothing special. Just the radio and tea and afternoon, and everything we had before it left us. I'd pay attention to the little things, the ones I took for granted without knowing. The way you always hummed while reading, the way your hands moved soft and slow. I'd memorize the pattern of the light across the floor on that particular Tuesday, and hold it like a photograph inside, and never let it fade or slip away. One more yesterday, just one ordinary day. One more yesterday before you went away. Not asking for forever, just one afternoon of them. One more yesterday to live it all again, and this time really feel it. The cruelest thing about the past is that we never know we're in it. We rush right through the golden days without taking even just a minute to look around and breathe it in and say this right here is everything. So if I had that afternoon again, I'd stop and let myself be in it completely and without apology. One more yesterday, just one ordinary day. One more yesterday before you went away. Not asking for forever, just one afternoon of them. One more yesterday to live it all again, and this time really feel it. But since I can't go back there, I'll do the next best thing. I'll take today and love it like it's everything, like it's the yesterday that someone in the future will be wishing they could have one more of. So I'll be here, right here, right now. begins to stir, when everything is soft and undemanding, and the day is just a blur. I live for those quiet hours when the light is barely there, and the only sound is breathing, and the stillness in the air. I make my tea in silence, and I sit beside the glass and watch the garden waking as the early shadows pass. The birds begin their conversations somewhere in the distant green, and I am just a witness to the most ordinary, beautiful scene. The quiet hours before the day arrives, the quiet hours when everything still thrives, in the space between the sleeping and the waking of the sun. The quiet hours are where I come undone and find myself again. I used to rush through mornings like there was somewhere I had to be, but somewhere in the years between, the mornings gave themselves to me, and now I guard these quiet hours like something rare and worth the keeping, like a letter from a distant friend that finds you just when you are weeping and makes it all feel soft again. The quiet hours before the day arrives, the quiet hours when everything still thrives, in the space between the sleeping and the waking of the sun. The quiet hours are where I It wasn't the grand occasions that I find myself missing most. Not the birthdays or the holidays or anything we used to boast. It's the little things that haunt me in the softest kind of way. Like the way you stirred your morning tea at the beginning of each day. The way you left the window open just a little when you slept. The way you always hummed a little while you tidied and you swept. The way you said goodnight so softly, like the word itself was precious. And the way you always found me, even when I felt most restless. All the little things that nobody else would know. All the little things that make up all the glow of a life that's lived together in the ordinary way. Today. They say remember the big moments, the ones that change the shape of everything. But I would trade 1,000 grand occasions for one more Tuesday, one more ordinary evening where nothing special happened and everything was everything, and all the little things were just the little things we shared. All the little things that nobody else would know. All the little things that make up all the glow of a life that's lived together in the ordinary way. All the little things are what I miss today. So if you have someone beside you, pay attention to the small, the way they laugh at nothing, the way they give their all, in the quietest of gestures, in the most unnoticed ways. All the little things are all the things that stay. Where we used to spend our afternoons. The roses still remember every secret that we used to share. The old stone path was quiet, and the light came soft between the leaves, and everything was just the way we left it standing there. The jasmine on the archway still releases something sweet at dusk. The garden holds us gently in the way that gardens always do, by keeping all the beauty of the days before the letting go. Yesterday's garden still blooms for me. Yesterday's garden still sets me free. Every flower a memory, every leaf a quiet prayer. Yesterday's garden still takes me there. I know the seasons change things, and nothing stays the same for very long. But gardens have a patience that reminds me I belong to something more than moments, to something slow and deep and true. And every time I visit, I find a little more of you. Yesterday's garden still blooms for me. Yesterday's garden still sets me free. Every flower a memory, every leaf a quiet prayer. Yesterday's garden still takes me there. So I sit among the roses and I let the evening come and thank the garden quietly for keeping everyone, whoever loved within it, safe and softly held. Yesterday's garden still knows me well. The rain came down on Sunday like it always used to do, soft against the window like a letter sent from you. I made my tea and listened to the rhythm on the roof and found myself remembering every Sunday spent with you. We used to stay in bed until the afternoon came calling and read our books in silence while the gentle rain kept falling. You always said that rainy days were gifts we didn't earn. And now each time it rains like this, there's somewhere I return. Soft rain on Sunday, falling soft and slow. Soft rain on Sunday, everywhere I go. Every drop a memory, every cloud a song. Soft rain on Sunday, where we both belong. falling soft and slow. Soft rain on Sunday, everywhere I go. Every drop a memory, every cloud a song. Soft rain on Sunday, where we both belong. So I sit here by the window with my tea grown cold beside me, and let the Sunday rain do what it always does to find me. Brings me back to something tender, brings me back to somewhere true. Soft rain on Sunday always brings me back to you. I heard an old song on the radio, one I hadn't heard in years and years. And just like that, the whole world disappeared, and I was back to everything we were. The melody was simple, nothing fancy, just a piano and a soft sweet voice. And somewhere in between the notes and silence, I found myself without a single choice. It's strange how music holds the things we've lost, more faithful than a photograph or letter. A melody can carry everything: the light, the smell, the feeling of together. I closed my eyes and let it take me somewhere, back to when the world was soft and new, when every song we heard seemed made for us, and every word felt like it only knew. That old melody, playing soft and low. That old melody from so long ago. It finds me every time, like it knows just where I've been. That old melody brings it all back in. There are songs that mark the chapters of our living, that play and suddenly the years collapse, and you are standing somewhere warm and golden, in a moment you would give anything to have back. So I don't turn it off or change the station. I let it play until the very end, because that old melody knows all my secrets and treats them like the dearest kind of friend. That old melody, playing soft and low. That old melody of softening the edges of the things that hurt. The sharp becomes a gentle curve. The loss becomes a kind of worth. I used to think that time was cruel, the way it takes without returning. But now I see it differently. A slow and tender kind of learning. The years have worn away the rough parts and left behind the things that shine. The laughter and the quiet moments, and all the ways you once were mine. And what remains is not the aching, but something warm and golden kept, like a letter read so many times. The paper soft from being held and wet. The tenderness of time is how it holds the ones we love. The tenderness of time, like a hand inside a glove. It wears away the hardest places, leaves the softest things behind. The tenderness of time is the gentlest gift I'll ever find. I used to fight against the passing, try to hold each moment still, but you cannot stop the river any more than stop the hill. From wearing slowly into something beautiful and smooth and new. So I let the time be tender with the memories of you and with myself as well. The tenderness of time is how it holds the ones we love. The tenderness of time, like a hand inside a glove. sometimes even grief too cold. Somewhere in memory, you are still there, sitting beside me, without a care. The afternoon golden, the air soft and still, and everything simple, the way that it will never be again, but was once so true. Somewhere in memory, I still have you. Somewhere in memory, the table is set with all the small things I haven't forgotten yet. The way that you poured the tea without asking, the way that you smiled without even trying, and everything easy, the way love can be. Somewhere in memory, you still pour for me. Somewhere in memory, where nothing has changed, where all that we cherished is perfectly arranged, where time doesn't touch things and nothing grows old. Somewhere in memory, our story is told. I know I cannot live there, I know it isn't real, but sometimes just a moment is enough to make me feel that love is not a thing that simply disappears. It softens into memory, and memory into years, and years into something I carry like a song. Somewhere in memory is where I still belong. Somewhere in memory, where nothing has changed, where all that we cherished is perfectly arranged, where time doesn't touch things last petal fell this morning from the magnolia by the gate. I watched it drift down to the water and float away before too late. All week I watched them opening, each one more beautiful than before. And now the branch stands bare and empty, like a story with no final shore. You used to say that fleeting things are more precious for their leaving, that beauty held too tightly is a kind of quiet grieving. So we would sit and simply watch each bloom arrive and pass, and love the flower for its moment, never asking it to last. The last petal falling soft into the stream, the last petal falling like the end of a dream. Beautiful because it's leaving, precious because it's gone. The last petal falling still carries the song. You like petals, here and then so gently gone, not taken but released into the current, moving on. And though the branch is empty now and spring will end too soon, something in the falling makes room for something new to bloom. The last petal falling soft into the stream, the last petal falling like the end of a dream. Beautiful because it's leaving, precious because it's gone. The last petal falling still carries the song. So I watch the last petal until I cannot see it anymore, and whisper thank you softly for everything it bloomed here for. Some things are most beautiful in the moment of release, the last petal falling into perfect peace. Do you remember when love was simple, when holding hands was all we ever needed, when a letter in the mailbox made you run and every promise easily succeeded. We didn't need the world to understand us. We only needed afternoons and time. And somewhere in a field of summer clover, your hand in mine felt like the perfect rhyme. We didn't talk of futures or of distances. We only talked of now and how it felt. And every small thing carried so much meaning. The way a single look could make me melt. I miss that kind of loving without armor, that open, undefended, tender place where trust was just a given, not a question, and love wore such an unguarded face. When love was simple, easy as the rain. When love was simple, before it knew of pain. Before the world came in and made it complicated. When love was simple and we were unguarded, and everything was enough. I know that we grow wiser with the living, and love that lasts must learn to bend and hold. But sometimes I just want that summer feeling of loving someone brave and new and bold, without the hesitations or the history, without the weight of everything we've learned. Just two hearts in a field on a summer morning, with nothing yet to lose and all to earn. When love was simple, easy as the rain. When love was simple, before it knew of pain. Before the world came in and made it complicated. When love was simple and we were unguarded, and everything was enough. Maybe love is always that simple. We just forget to see it that way. Maybe all the complication is something we learned along the way. So let me love you simply, the way I used to know, when love was simple and that was all we needed it to be. I remember the first morning The ordinary things were glowing. Even shadows seemed like kindness. And the day stretched out before me like an open golden door. I remember how I listened for the sound of you arriving. How the simple act of waiting felt like everything worthwhile. And the moment that you entered, every room became a different room, and the whole world seemed to brighten with the turning of your smile. Like the first time everything was new. Like the first time everything was you. Every morning was a miracle, every evening soft and true. Like the first time I fell in love with you. The years have added layers to the love that we have carried, and the newness of the beginning has grown into something deep. But sometimes in the quiet, when you reach for me in sleeping, I feel it all again so clearly, like a secret I still keep. Like the very first time, like the first time everything was new. Like the first time everything was you. Every morning was a miracle, every evening soft and true. Like the first time I fell in love with you. So let me love you simply, like I loved you at the start, with the wonder of a morning and an undefended heart. Because the greatest gift of living is to find that love stays new. Every time I look at you, it feels like the first time. Every single time. There is a space between us now, wasn't always there. A quiet kind of distance, like the pause before a prayer. Not angry, not resentful, just a softly settled still, like two rivers that have parted at the bottom of a hill. I still think of you on Tuesdays, when the light comes in a certain way, and wonder if you ever feel the space between us on those days. We never said the word goodbye, we simply drifted slowly, the way the clouds move past each other quietly, and only the space between us, soft as winter air, the space between us still holds something there. Not the love we started with, but something just as real. The space between us is the kindest thing I feel. I think the space between us is not empty after all. It holds the echo of our laughter and the way you used to call my name so soft across the room, like it was something precious. And even in the distance now, that softness still refreshes something deep inside of me. The space between us, soft as winter air, the space between us still holds something there. Not the love we started with, but something just as real. The space between us is the kindest thing I feel. So I leave the space between us just the way it is, not trying to close it, not trying to dismiss, just grateful for the distance that holds what we have been. The space between us is the softest place I've ever been. The morning light is barely here, and you are almost leaving. I watch you gather up your things without you even knowing that every time you walk away, fades its color, and everything I own becomes a little less than fuller. I know you have a world to go to. I know the day is calling. I just love the way you look before the day starts falling into all its noise and rushing into everything expected, with you still here beside me. Nothing feels neglected. Stay a little longer, just a few more minutes more. Stay a little longer, like you have before. The world will still be waiting. Everything can wait. Stay a little longer. Please don't be too late for this moment here with me. There will come a day, I know, when morning comes without you, and I will hold these stolen minutes like the most precious things I knew. So let me memorize your face in this quiet early light. Let me keep this soft and simple, ordinary morning right. Before you go, stay a little longer, just a few more minutes more. Stay a little longer, like you have before. The world will still be waiting. Everything can wait. Stay a little longer. Please don't be too late for this moment here with me. The tea is getting cold, the light is getting bright, but you are still beside me, and everything feels right. So stay a little longer. Let the morning be. Stay a little longer, just you and me. Just a little longer. If I could paint your voice, I'd use the softest gold, the kind that lives in late afternoons when the day is growing old. I'd mix it with a little blue, the color of the sea at rest, and somewhere in between the two I'd find the color I love best. Your voice was like an open window on a warm and gentle day, has made. Some voices leave a mark on you that time cannot erase. Some voices are so deeply yours they never leave their place. Inside the part of you that listens, inside the quiet that remains, the color of your voice still lives there. Through all the losses and the gains, still warm, still soft, still you. The color of your voice was warm and soft and true. The color of your voice was every shade of you. I hear it in the evening when the light begins to fade. The color of your voice is the most beautiful thing that memory has made. And when the world is very quiet and the night has settled in, I close my eyes and listen for that voice beneath the wind. Still golden, still so gentle, still the color of the best, the color of your voice above all the rest. Very light brush drums for rhythm only. Very light brush drums for rhythm. Very light brush drums for rhythm. Very light brush drums for rhythm. Half air, half voice, extremely soft and intimate, like whispering a secret. Inspired by Carpenters, Nana Muscuri. Slow 68 BPM. Dreamy and tender, nostalgic and delicate. Soft reverb, deeply emotional. Keep under 5 minutes. I don't believe in real goodbyes. I only believe in see you laters, in the kind of leaving that still holds a thread between two hearts, no matter how far the road may hurts so often. It plays without you even trying. And on the days that feel the heaviest, when missing you is hard to bear, I close my eyes and find you easily, because love has always known how to be there. Until we meet again, I'll keep you in my heart. Until we meet again, we were never really apart. Every road that takes me somewhere takes a piece of you along. Until we meet again, love was never really gone. If I could leave you with one thing, it would be this simple knowing that love does not obey the distances or stop because of going. It lives in all the small remembrances, in every song that makes you think of me, in every quiet moment that feels familiar, in everything you are and used to be, and everything you'll always be to me. Until we meet again, I'll keep you in my heart. Until we meet again, we were never really apart. Every road that takes me somewhere takes a piece of you along. Until we meet again, love was never really gone. So this is not goodbye, it's just a soft until, a promise kept in memory, a love that's with us still. And somewhere down the road of living, in some sweet unexpected when, we'll find each other softly, and it will feel like home again. Until we